And it's live. It is matchday 38 in the SPFL calendar as we are witnessing the final three matches of the bottom six for the 2020 to 21 campaign. Today I've been joined by Stefan, Stevie and Adam. How's it going, lads?
Not bad, mate. How are you?
Decent, mate.
I'm great. I'm actually happy it's the last Motherwell game of the torrentially bad season that we've had. So all good.
See our season, it's been like comparing both in my hands, right? One of them's absolutely shite and one of them's perfect. That has been Motherwell's season in a nutshell. The first half was terrible, the second half brilliant. There's my analysis. And we're off to a flyer, boys.
We're not even a minute into the stream and you've already brought your cerebral palsy. Fuck's sake.
Well, I carry it with me. It's hard to keep it away, Gogs, you know what I mean? I don't need to bring it out.
It's not past the mic unless Stevie brings it up.
Hey.
Wanker, honestly.
Anyway, we're going to look at some of the comments before we get into today's games. Well, Callum, you're a bit early with that. Hello, Stilly, Johnny M. Joseph says he woke up over an hour ago. It's better than some. Hello, Hybe's Fan TV. Morning, lads. Woke up with the mega fear. What were you drinking last night?
Probably not the only one.
Adam.
What's that supposed to mean?
How's it going, Kirsten? All right, Graham Caldwell, how's it going, mate?
Graham Caldwell is, I like him after his nice comment yesterday, so nice to see he's back today.
Yeah, he's back to stroke your ego even more.
Oh, friends!
Oh, comment, friends!
Oh, pass the mic, friends!
Look, you are just jealous. You're jealous of me in the relationship that Graham Caldwell now have.
Easy Scotty, yes. As it stands, Motherwell are currently 7th in the league. Effie has returned. Hello, Effie. What are you doing, Stevie?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I had an itchy finger.
So it begins. Honestly, brilliant. So before we get into today's games, let's just bring up the start 11s. So myself and Stevie will be obviously watching the Motherwell Ross County game. Motherwell will start off with Kelly in goals. O'Donnell, McGlure, Lammy, McGinley, O'Hara, Crawford, Foley, Hasty, Long, and Cole. Sorry to see that we're basically starting with 10 men. Ross County start with Laidlaw, Marco, Gardine, Vigers, Watson, Kelly, Spittle, Tyson. Is it Tyson?
Mike Tyson? Jordan Tilson, I think you mean.
Tilson. That's because the L is dodgy on this keyboard. Sorry, boys. And Naismith, Donaldson, and former Motherwell player Jordan White. We've got the fear already. Stevie, what are you thinking ahead of today's game?
First of all, I'll get a bone to pick with you because I actually dragged the team lineup so plus goes up just in case you dropped it on me what you did for the Dundee United game and then you didn't come to me for the lineups. But no, anyway, I really hope we win today because I'm not a fan of long journeys and I hope Kilmarnock beat Hamilton and I really hope that that's going to end up in the playoff. I just hate going to Dingwall, mate.
I love how a Motherwell fan starts off his little piece by saying, I hope we win today, as if a Motherwell fan isn't supposed to say, I hope we win today. Thanks for clarifying your stance, Stevie. Really appreciate it, mate.
Oh, he's a prick, isn't he?
Yes, sir.
Stefan should know that I've never been good with stance, so I don't know why he's making that point.
Jesus Christ.
There you go, Stefan. There's your leveler.
Bang!
It's easy
for that, Stefan.
Oh, brilliant.
Catch you after, Graham.
So today, my prediction today is I think there'll be a goal in each half. Motherwell will win 2-0. I don't see us letting up after our great performances recently. So I think Alexander's going to be wanting us to push it all the way to the end. Doesn't matter who we're up against. I think he expects the very best from his team, even if he's picking Jake Hasty. Anyway, what are you saying to it, Stevie? What's the score going to be?
I think we'll win pretty comfortably. I'm going to go for Motherwell 3, Ross County nil, because I think County need to come after us. They need to win the game, and I just think that will suit us with the players that we've got in the park to hit them on the counter. And guess what, Gogsy? Jake Casey's going to score today. There you go.
He's going to get it right up, man.
I'm telling you, Jake Casey's going to score today. Right, watch us.
I hope he does.
This is how you know Stevie doesn't have a great outlook in football when he says someone like Jake Hasty's going to score.
Well, I've not got a good record and it's still go every night hope mask go.
Oh dear. Paul McSorley says, why is Declan Gallagher not given his last game at captain of the club? Because he's not going to be at the club next season. You might as well not play your players that are wanting to stay on for next season if it's the last game of the season, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
No cursing. Not all the games are on club TV only, even though there's a massive relegation battle.
Stefan was ranting about that the other week, wasn't he?
Stefan, I think we want to touch on this weekend as a whole, Stefan, so I'll pass that over to you.
I was going to say I'll get the lineups for the other games out, and then we can touch on that.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So next up, Hamilton Accies versus Killy. Stefan, you're covering that.
Yeah, hopefully going to be able to cover it if I can get access to the game. But it looks all but over for Hamilton, doesn't it? I think the goal difference is very much insurmountable. But would you rule Hamilton out of sort of managing to stay up? I think it's beyond the realms of possibility, but it's Hamilton. It looks for Kelly to be a game that is defining in their season. If they can win and Ross County can lose, they avoid the playoffs. They avoid that sort of chance at being put down into the championship. So it is a key game still, and one part of the relegation battle that it's still to be decided. I think you've got the more interesting game, to be honest, Bogsy, with the Motherwell Ross County, because it is the pressures on Ross County to make sure that they can secure a result to avoid going into that playoff position. But it looks to be a great game. The starting lineups for the teams are Smith in goal for Hamilton, a back three of Hamilton, Martin and McMahon, a midfield four of Smith, Sterling, O'Doffin, Hughes, I don't know how you say his name, Munro, that, and Monroe and Bruce Anderson up front. As for Kelly, it is Doyle in goal with a back four of Millen, Broadfoot, Rossi, Honstrup, a midfield of Dicker, Power, Burke, Kilty and Pinnock, and up front is Adam's favourite man, Kyle Lafferty.
There's a perfect joke in there that Hamilton have a Monroe to climb.
Oh, good lord.
Good lord.
Adam, you're taking the dead rubber of today's game. Hopefully you've got a few more goals than we had yesterday anyway. And St Mirren versus Dundee United. Talk to us about it.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly hope so, mate. And this is pretty much a clash for 7th place with prize money basically on the line and nothing else, with St Mirren and Dundee United securing their Premiership safety long ago, but both looking to bounce back from obviously the Scottish Cup semi-final defeats as well. Jack Annick starts in goal for St Mirren. It looks to be a back three of Richard Tate, Conor McCarthy and Marcus Fraser. Midfield five of Dylan Connolly, Ethan Erhan, Ryan Flynn and Jamie McGrath, with young Jay Henderson keeping his place, and Lee Erwin and Eamon Brophy start up front. As for United, Ross Doohan in goal, back four of Liam Smith, Ryan Edwards, Kerr Smith, Jamie Robson. Midfield trio of Ian Harks, Giando Fuchs and Archie Meekson keeping his place after obviously grabbing his first senior goal in midweek, with Logan Chalmers and Louis Apere supporting Lawrence Shankland up front.
Thank you very much. If there was ever a game that was to be a 0-0, I think this is a perfect candidate.
What's it, Mirren United?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like there'll be goals because ultimately it's sort of there's nothing really to lose. So we might see it'll go one of two ways, won't it? It'll either be a dead rubber, boring 0-0 draw, or probably goals galore. And I'm hoping for the latter.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Joseph Coyle says, hopefully Stefan talks about the professionalism. I am a professional chief, without even spelling chief correctly.
That's very professional, mate.
Oh, dear me. Kirsten's also saying that's rubbish, that none of the games are on telly. I mean, they'd have done a great programme if it was on BT. I'm pretty sure of doing like switching between each game if there was a goal or a big chance. But we are here to do that instead. So, hello, Johnny M again says, come on the well. Obika is Adam's favourite, Stefan.
Okay. Said nothing.
That's gone over your head.
Yep, that's why I'm saying nothing.
Honestly, Stefan, do you even watch Scottish football?
That's the second time you've said that.
I'm starting to believe that he doesn't, or it's just so Celtic obsessed and that's it. Or should I say Celtic and Rangers obsessed?
Football, eh?
I can't. Oh, wait.
I would give him the reaction he wants, but I'm just trying to actually get the game on.
I've got the game on. Brilliant.
My stream keeps showing the exact 5-second clip of this security guard, basically by the St Mirren dugout. So that's a laugh.
Michael Presley's asking Stevie, how did you manage to get a ticket for Wembley?
I feel very bad that I have to mention it again. Basically, there's 25 wheelchair bays available for Scotland Supports Club holders, and I've got 7 points. For people with 7 points, I've got 9, so I've got enough to get the chance of a ticket on Monday, tomorrow morning. So here's what I get it.
We've just kicked off here, Gogsy.
Yeah, we've just kicked off here. What minute are you on, Stevie?
1 minute 36, 37, 38.
You're about a minute and 10 seconds ahead, but because it's a game that doesn't mean so much, feel free to just spoil it for me.
Okay.
Adam, how about you?
I was seeing the teams emerge till my streams just crashed, so I'm refreshing to see where we're at.
Reliable as always.
Oh, shut up, mate.
Hey.
Can only piss for the cock I've got.
See, sometimes I can't even do that.
Okay. Stevie, you wanted me to touch on the weekend. I'm sure I kind of know what you're aiming towards here.
Yeah, just everything that's happened. Sky's antics and certain inhumane people's antics as well.
Just to say, we're finally getting underway before Stefan goes into his rant.
It's not a rant, mate. It's just a spiel, isn't it? But listen, I've spoke before about Sky and their sort of coverage of Scottish football, and albeit it's not the greatest, we know this, BT did offer a far superior level of coverage. However, Sky were willing to pay the money for Scottish football. BT simply weren't. That's the facts as they are. But I do think Sky have a duty to show these kind of games, because it is what makes Scottish football so good. It is the passion, the drama is what makes Scottish football so good. And today we have somewhat of a relegation battle that really should be on national television. But I can't understand why they don't want to put it on. Doesn't make any sense to me, but it is what it is, and people can still able to watch it on Club TV, but it's not great. As for the rest of the weekend, I don't even know how to sort of sum it up. People were saying that it was a celebration. I can take that on board, that if you want to go out and celebrate your first major honour in a decade, I can accept that. I can say, okay, well, you want to celebrate, fine. Yesterday's scenes weren't celebration, though. That's where there's a stark contrast. There was, none of the scenes that we saw were celebration. Fighting with each other, reported stabbings, destruction of property, destruction of the city centre, fighting with police. How is any of that a celebration? It was nothing but carnage. It was a disgrace. The songs that were being sung were, just a disgrace again in itself. But it's an issue that Scottish football and Scottish society has, that we don't want to talk about the elephant in the room. And it's taken today for some, not even politicians, but journalists that have come out and called this out for what exactly it is. You've had Amir Anwar, the human rights lawyer, call it out for what it is. And it is just nothing short of a disgrace, and something needs to be done. And whether or not it's the government or whoever, but authorities really need to start taking note of what's going on. This is the second time within the space of 2 months that the city centre has been wrecked by yobs and idiots. It's not acceptable. It's the 21st century, and decent people are having to close down their business on a Saturday afternoon for the reckless actions of mindless idiots. It's mind-boggling, to be honest with you guys. Don't know how you feel, but something has to be done. Glasgow was just told that it was staying in level 3. We weren't allowed to go into level 2. I wouldn't be surprised by if cases do rise and everything that happened yesterday, that Glasgow then gets put into level 4. It would not surprise me, and that the implications therefore lie with one big institution in themselves for failing to have their fans disperse.
I'll just add to that, if that's okay, Gogsy. I know we've got games on at the minute. I think it's important that we highlight that, as Stefan says, he done passed away. We do know that it was a minority of Rangers fans which have been highlighted that decided to have their own little loyal rumble yesterday. And no, I know you laugh there, but it is absolutely disgusting. You would think that during a pandemic we would have learned to get along. The last thing we need in the world is division. The last thing we need during a pandemic is people going out in large numbers, as Motherwell will make it 1-0 through Sam Coby. But it's absolutely disgusting. And I swear to God, if the cases go up and the numbers rise and I can't get to the Euros because of these thugs, I will never put another penny into that club for as long as I live. There you go. You've heard my word on that. I genuinely will not do it. Because they're ruining what is potentially a way out of what's been a horrible situation for everyone by doing what they've done.
I think you make the point, Steve. It is only a minority, but it honestly gets to the point where where are the decent-minded Rangers fans coming out and condemning this? That's what I really want to see. And I have seen a few Rangers fans come out and condemn the actions yesterday. It's great to see, but we need the wider support to come out and condemn the actions for what they are, because it is nothing short of a disgrace, and it embarrasses them. Good-minded Rangers fans, it embarrasses them. Words fail me, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it's the way society is, though. The fact that if it's a group of Rangers fans doing such a thing, then society's just going to tar Rangers fans with all the same brush.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Axel F scoring?
Yeah, it was Sam forward.
Brilliant. I'm not going to do it. But that's a great ball across, and Sam Foley, man at the back stick, is there to tap home to make it 1-0 to Motherwell. I've only just seen it there. Jake Casey with the key pass to who is that? Oh my God! It just hits off him. He knows nothing about it. Brilliant. 1-0. We'll take that.
So surprised that County have started so poorly, or have they? Is it just a sheer bit of luck that sees Motherwell ahead?
A bit of luck, I'd say.
It just hits off him. It just hits off his hip and then finds its way into the bottom corner. It's one of their crosses. It's just drilled across the box and it just hits off him and into the net. But a good start for us nonetheless.
Definitely.
Nice to see the fluff back pitch still looking good towards the end of the season. At the end of the season, I should say, I still think, for me, with the finances our club have, I think we have the best pitch in Scotland.
Oh, definitely.
Considering what it used to be, Stevie, yeah, I'd totally go along with that, mate.
Yeah, so would I. I was about to say that because I remember Fir Park maybe a decade and a half ago, and the absolute nick that it was in. Sometimes it is good to see the surface sort of being all sorted out.
Absolutely.
And it would have been so easy for Motherwell to install a plastic pitch as well. So delighted that they've kept some grass.
Speaking of the plastic part, what?
Integrity, you mean?
Yes.
Indeed.
Speaking of the plastic parts, it is virtually the battle of the plastic parks here in Hamilton today. It's been I don't even know what you said. I don't think it's been that great a start for either team, but it's certainly going to be an interesting one. If Hamilton can beat Kelly, I think that would be massive.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Logan Redmond says, I'm raging about the Euros because I'm under 18 and got 14 loyalty points, so will not make Wembley. That's a shame, mate.
It's poor, isn't it?
Just to be rubber stamped that just because of your age. I mean, football's supposed to be a sport for everyone, and to be ruled out just.
And Kelly have made it 1-0.
Oh.
Is it Kyle Lafferty?
No, it's I don't know who it is. I can see his face, but I can't see his name. The ball gets whipped into the box, and it's a nice little. I'll need to see here. It's a good ball into the box. It's a great finish. I'm trying to see who did score it, who got on the end of it. No, it definitely wasn't Lafferty. Was it Chris Burke?
Or maybe Mitch Pinnock?
Yeah, Pinnock. It might be Pinnock. I'm assuming you've seen that it probably is.
I've not seen the notification. I've not got my notifications on today.
I'm going to have to double check because I'm not getting the benefit of Hamilton TV. Tell me who scored. It was Pinnock.
Oh, yes.
2 early goals, throwing the cat amongst the pigeons.
Well, that certainly does, because that now puts Ross County
definitely
into the playoffs.
Yeah. If they can get a point, or they can get a draw at Motherwell, then they're safe. But that's a big start. I'm enjoying this now.
Oh yes.
As I say, neither team's really started well, and Kelly got a somewhat of an early goal.
I feel so left out with these sort of basement battle defining clashes. Here's me just watching St Mirren and Dundee United trying to secure 7th.
And none of them are going to because Motherwell are winning at the moment.
No, exactly. It becomes even more meaningless.
Indeed. Kirsten says, I'm not saying Celtic fans are angels. You get idiots on our side and any side. I'm just proving a point. John Knox that 2019 we weren't in the situation we were in today. Wait a minute. This because John Knox said no need to point score Kirsten. Right, okay. I think there's a good point made there, and I don't like this them and us mentality, but if we look at the facts of teams or fans that celebrate their club winning, none of it escalated to the point of the same situation as yesterday. Celtic won a double treble, and the scenes that we seen yesterday weren't visible. They won a treble. The scenes that we seen weren't visible yesterday. I don't understand where it's all came from. How you can have infighting amongst your own support. How you can end up fighting with the police when you're meant to be. I don't understand how it all came about. But it's just not great. It's not a great look for Scotland. It's not a great look for Scottish football. It's not a great look for Rangers, and it's not a great look for anyone that comes in and looking from the outside, seeing it. It's not a great look.
Just to butt in there, Ross County should have scored. It was a great ball in by Blair Spittle, and Nathan McGinley's trying to head it. It's ricocheted off Sam Foley, and it's dropped to, I think it's Keith Watson, and he's had a shot, and it's rifled off the bar and went for a goal kick.
I have to say, either if Ross County end up in that playoff spot or Kelly end up in that playoff spot, neither team will go down. I will say that.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think. I've just lost coverage of the game.
That's a glaring miss.
I saw a feeling brewing for a wee month that Dundee might come up, though. I really have.
after seeing Dundee yesterday, I'm not convinced, to be honest. There's two ways you could look at that game. There's Wraith scored early and Dundee were comfortable in knowing that they wouldn't get beat, or it was just down to the fact that Wraith Rovers obviously played a better game. But I just genuinely can't see Dundee knocking either Ross County or Kelly off.
Silver Celtic says, I don't want to be a grass, but I've seen videos of Joseph Coyle throwing flares and objects at the police in George Square yesterday.
That's not professional, Chief.
I want to touch on the Dundee point at all. I know it sounds a bit cliche, but it all depends where Dundee turn up. I think if the Dundee in the first leg turn up, then they've obviously got every chance of coming up. But I think if you're a Dundee fan, you look at the two teams available, you would definitely prefer Ross County to Kilmarnock. I just think with the goal scoring from Michael Lafferty and Kelly's plastic pitch as well, it would probably be enough to see them stay up. Whereas I think County can be got at.
Yeah,
I was going to say exactly the same, Stevie. I fully agree with that, mate.
Yeah, I completely agree. I see Kelly scoring 4 or 5 over the 2 legs, perhaps against Dundee. I think the likes of Fraz and Roscoe would say the same. But Ross County are definitely vulnerable. I mean,
You saw that when Inverness knocked them out of the cup, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say anything bad about Ross County right now because we're playing them and it might jinx things, but they are vulnerable. I'll say that much. John Knox says, I'm sorry, Stefan, but Celtic fans were outside Celtic Park earlier in the season throwing fences at the police because they lost the game and are clearly point scoring.
I'm not point scoring at all. See if you go and look at my tweets at that time, it'll tell you as much that was disgraceful as well. So there's no point scoring from here, from me at all. I call it as I see it, and I'm not one to hold back. The scenes in November were disgraceful, but they weren't as disgraceful as yesterday, and I'm not looking to point the blame at anyone. I'm just calling it as it is. It's not a great look for Scotland. It's not a great look for Scottish football, and the sort of accusation of point scoring doesn't help anyone either. So,
do you know what really upsets me about Scotland as a nation, guys? See, when we qualified for the Euros, which was probably the best occasion in Scottish football within my lifetime, anyway, I didn't hear any fireworks. I didn't see any celebration in the streets. And yeah, when things like this happen, like you're seeing it everywhere, it really upsets me that when Scotland did so well that you just didn't see any celebration apart for the London houses. I just wish that we could have went and enjoyed that in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, I'm all for celebrating. I don't have an issue with people going out and celebrating. We're in level 3, right? I understand that mass gatherings aren't, they're sort of prohibited. You're not allowed to have a mass gathering. But I'm also looking at it from a sort of romantic sort of view of it. It's their first title win in a decade. Can I see why they want to go out and celebrate? Yeah, I can. Because you know what? If it was me, am I going to turn around and say I wouldn't be out there celebrating? I can't say that. I think it'd be hypocritical. But there's a difference between celebrating and doing what they did yesterday, and there is a stark contrast. And it definitely was not a celebration. It was just disgraceful. It's the only word I can really, or shameful is the only real words that I can use to sum it up.
Just taken too far, wasn't it?
Speaking of Scotland at the Euros, John McGinn has just made it 1-0 to Aston Villa.
Good to see the Scottish players getting a score sheet. I think you look at the Southampton game, I watched that yesterday. Che Adams getting man of the match, and Stuart Armstrong putting in a solid performance as well. So let's just hope that these guys can get through the remainder of the season fit, and we can go into the Euros with as full a squad as possible.
I think we've lost Kenny McLean. We've lost. Well, you would say we've lost Ollie McBurnie. I don't think he brings much to Scotland, but he's not going to be there. We've lost someone else. The name just
Ryan Jack.
So there are places up for grabs. I think for players that maybe haven't been around the squad in a while or at all.
Michael, no, I'm just in a different location. I got kidnapped this weekend, so I'm not at home. Oh, we've been through this already. I just see wait till Hibs fans start claiming an assist for John McGinn's goal.
It's not like
Can't wait till John McGinn scores at Wembley against England and ultimately knocks him out the Euros and Hibs start taking the assist for it.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about that, I'm buzzing. Oh, look, there's Adam with his iron brew, hand in hand.
Sunshine on Leeds, sunshine in London. I can see it already.
I'm really looking forward to the Euros because tell you what, if Scotland beat the Czech Republic and Croatia beat England, if Scotland beat England, England are out. So, just saying, I'm looking at it from the romantic point of view.
My
Scotland
God.
could qualify.
Imagine it. Is you chucking out the ifs and buts already? We've not even kicked off yet.
I've thought about how romantic it would be.
Me and my mate had the exact same conversation yesterday. Just imagine us being down there, beating England, then being out, and us singing "Football's Coming Home." It would just be absolutely fantastic. But no, we need to remember as well that 4 of the best third place teams go through. So I think that Czech Republic game, if we can win it, we're looking at the England game then being a free hit. So it would be massive. It's like we just go in and swing for the fences. Honestly, if we beat Czech Republic, just go in and absolutely swing for the fences. Because I don't know if you will agree or disagree with this, guys. I think our midfield is every bit as good as England, and I don't say that with any hint of sarcasm at all. And if Steve Clarke's shown that he can get his sides organised, so I don't see why we can't go down there and at least get a result. And getting out the group.
I wanted to touch on this. You think McGregor, McGinn, and was Ryan Jack would be a better midfield than, say, players like Foden?
Foden won't play in midfield. Foden will play in the front three, though.
I think so.
Mm-hmm. I think he's more on about your Calvin Phillipses, your Declan Rices. Yeah.
I like Declan Rice. I think he's a wee player. I have to be honest. I don't know.
I would say that John McGinn and Scott McTominay are every bit as good as your Declan Rice, your Calvin Phillips, and I think David Turnbull has the potential to be every bit as good as Mason Mount. I know he's not been in the Scotland squad, but if he goes, then.
Well, I'll be honest. I've not heard of Calvin Phillips. I'll be honest. So I'll give you that one. So I will give you that one.
The Leeds United slander is so apparent.
Sorry, mate. I will give you that one, Stevie. But for Declan Rice, I think he's a great wee player. And also, I think Scott McTominay, has he not been playing in defence for Scotland? So I suppose with Ryan Jack out, he could move to that central defensive midfield role. But I like that sort of defensive role that McTominay plays for Scotland.
Yeah, I quite like him at the back as well, to be honest. But again, it's flexibility, isn't it?
And I think that Gareth Southgate also has a tendency to sometimes play Eric Dyer in midfield, who is every bit as good as his second name suggests. So honestly, if we can keep it tight and we can win that midfield battle, we've got every chance.
You said, Scotty, we have a game to cover on Pass the Mic, so I probably will not go down to London for the game.
I'll probably be in New York, so sadly I won't be in London.
So I'm probably not going to be in London for the actual game, which is my decision, because for me, if I'm not going to get a ticket, then I don't want to be in London, because I'll just be thinking, I wish I was in Wembley.
Put it this way, if my child was being born in 5 weeks' time and I had a ticket for Wembley, I'd be in Wembley.
That would assume you would have to have a girlfriend and get her pregnant, Stevie. Neither of which you have the ability of having.
We can all dream. We can all dream, Stefan. She's the guy that doesn't show his face. Know what I mean? But anyway, I'm here every day. Let's spot for train spotting, Stefan, and
Mate, I've told you this. I've said it before. I don't want to put you to shame with how good looking I am. I really don't want that pressure been better looking than every single one of these. So, I don't know how much more I need to say this. I think you're just wanting me to sort of upstage you with how good looking I am. I'm sorry, I'm not willing to do it. I don't like to put that pressure on other people.
Wait, hold on. You're saying you don't want a comparison like that of Johnny Sutherland?
Yeah, I would love to be compared to Johnny Sutherland, but I'm actually, I'd be compared to someone far better looking than that. But
Brad Pitt.
actually, I wouldn't, because I'm far too good looking. I'm incomparable to be honest.
I'm just waiting on Adam telling us how his date was with Leanne Crichton last night anyway. But...
No comment.
Hey.
Shut up, mate. How have your games been? Because I've got to be honest here, Logan Chalmers has had a couple of chances for United. Lee Aaron's smashed one wide, but other than that, it's been pretty scrappy.
I think here, Adam, we've scored and Ross County have tried to come at us a wee bit. They had a good chance where they hit the bar. It's pretty much a case of Ross County having a lot of the ball, but not doing much with it. And Motherwell looking pretty comfortable with a 1-goal lead here, mate.
Hamilton have been pressing, but at this stage they've not managed to make anything stick. So it's just still Kelly in control.
Would you tip Motherwell for the top 6 next season? I know there's a long way to go in terms of who we sign and how we rebuild the squad, but I just look at how organised Liam Alexander can get his side. It's almost in the mould of like a Steve Clark type manager for me. That's how it's teamed up, and I think we can really, really push next season.
I will hold my expectations until I'm sure we'll do a prediction video in August sometime. So I'll hold my predictions till then.
But what I would say is that you've got every right to be encouraged, Stevie, given obviously his start. I think what will be fascinating is to see exactly who he brings in and how the sort of first 11 changes, if at all, because obviously Gallagher will drop out, so a centre half will be needed. Devante Cole, if he can extend his contract, I could see, maybe somebody coming in for Alan Campbell and whatever. So there's certainly changes to be made, and obviously depending on who he brings in, then I think is probably we'll have a better idea as to how or where Motherwell will finish.
Yeah. I know it was kind of a hypothetical question, but I think he's answered it well there, to be honest with you.
Aye, absolutely. Because sorry about that, Trips. And the dog tried to get in as well. But I think that with the way that this squad, this pretty much starting 11 was doomed for the drop, and then Graham Alexander comes in and he's got us looking like a top 6 side. And in my opinion, if he with his own team, it just makes me wonder what he can actually do. I'm just hoping that he works wonders in the transfer window and we can actually get a proper good side together.
You look at sorry, but now you look at the games. We got a draw against Rangers for part in the game that I think we could have won, which we would have been the only side to do it this season. And I'm sure Stefan will tell you as well that we pushed Celtic really close at Parkhead in a game that I think we should have got something from, particularly with the second half performance. So I honestly think we can go up against anybody next season, and I think that our scouting system has shown that we can replace players. And he'll get his own players in that will suit his style. Whether it will change slightly, I don't know, but I'm really, really excited. Really excited.
Sorry, Stevie. It was just to say that Eamon Brophy went down in the box looking for a penalty with a challenge with Ross Doohan. He takes a heavy touch. The United keeper comes out and he looks to sort of knock it past him, tries to buy the foul. It doesn't arrive. The referee doesn't give it. And so it still remains in Paisley St Mirren 0, Dundee United 0. What I was going to ask you was, would you be content with top 6, or what are you looking for out of next season?
Am I okay to go first, Goggsy?
I want to say that I think we can push for top 5, get into Europe. That is a bold statement coming from me, given the fact that Hearts are also coming back into the league next season. I think Hearts will be the best to try and spend their way up to the top 5 as well, because at the end of the day, European football, you can't whack it. But I genuinely think that we can potentially compete.
Stevie?
Yeah, sorry guys. I think to answer the question, Adam, and the minimum as a Motherwell supporter is always staying in the division. You look at our budget. I think it's the third lowest in the league, and for us to have managed to stay in the top 5 for 30 years now, I think it is miraculous. To be honest, that we've managed to stay afloat. But I think the hope as a Motherwell fan is always top 6 in a decent cup run. That's what you always look for, and I think with this manager and the staff that we've got, we can achieve that.
Aye. Thing is, see, last season when we finished third, it was December and we had 39 points or something like that. And my dad said to me, if we can get another 3 points, we'll be safe. I was like, you've got to be joking.
That's it, because expectations ultimately change, don't they? I think everybody has their sort of initial goals, and then it sort of changes your expectations, what you'd be therefore disappointed with given such a decent start, or vice versa. So I don't know, it's interesting.
The thing is, at points of last season when we were doing so well, Robinson was always saying, like, look, we've got this, we've got that, and he was still trying to keep everyone grounded as if he wasn't wanting to push higher with the expectations. It sort of rained on me for a wee bit, because I was thinking, well, why can't we just try and push for further? Because you've got to speculate to accumulate. And I mean, maybe I'm just being greedy because of what I've seen so far in my life, such as European trips. Well, I've not been on European trips, but Motherwell been in Europe for a good 8 or 9 seasons in my life. I've seen us in cup finals. I've seen us do this. I've seen us do that. And compared to what, say, my dad is probably saying, it's been a bit of a cakewalk in comparison.
Yeah. You know yourself, Adam. Like, I think the amount of people that would see Hearts being potentially down in the Championship, that's just a joke. So it just shows how easy it can happen to clubs. Do you know what I mean? And I think that as Motherwell, we can't afford to get comfortable just because we've been in the top 5 for so long. Things can very, very easily change. Do you know what I mean?
You know, Stefan was on about sort of the passion and the fans making Scottish football. I would even argue that the unpredictability, for the most part, of Scottish football is also what makes it very, very unique, because it just became apparent that we've pissed our budget away and therefore find ourselves in a relegation scrap, when realistically, should that be the case? Probably not. You've got yourselves who perhaps overachieve or whatever upon occasion. So really, when you look outside the Old Firm, the rest of the league is a sort of mess, and that anything can virtually happen, in my eyes.
Daniel Kirk says, would Motherwell have done better this season if we still had Turnbull? Let me just say the statistic to you. The first 5 games of the season David Turnbull started, we didn't win a single game. And then he leaves the day before we play Glentoran in the Europa League, and we win 5-1.
I understand your thought process behind that, Goggsy, but I honestly think that any team with David Turnbull in it, as Stefan will tell you, automatically becomes a better side.
I completely agree, but I use that as a cover-up because of the amount of times people would badger me about the fact, Turnbull doesn't fucking do this, he's not actually in our squad anymore, we've lost him. I'm like, so what? We got a record fee for him, which a lot of people seem to downplay. I mean, however much he went for was a complete bargain for Celtic, because if it wasn't for David Turnbull, Celtic might have even finished as low as 3rd or 4th.
Stefan?
Sorry, I'm intrigued in this game. Engrossed, rather. Celtic without David Turnbull, would they have finished as low as 3rd? Perhaps. I can't dispute what Goggs saying there. All I'm going to say is David Turnbull was an absolute bargain for Celtic, and I'm glad we've got him.
You think it's good that I think we've got a sell-on clause in the deal, and you just think how much he's going to go for. That honestly, to me,
Has that been confirmed? Because I don't know. I just struggle to see Peter Lawwell agreeing to put in a sell-on clause. To be honest.
Yeah, I think it's 10% or something. Stefan got in the next sale, so I think that was the agreement, because I think obviously he got injured, and I think we ended up getting a wee bit less than the first offer, but we asked to put like a sell-on clause on it because it was a wee bit less. So,
EZ Scotty says, has Motherwell got anyone upcoming through the youth? We've got the likes of Barry Maguire, who's, I would say, he's broken into the team now. I mean, he's not getting regular starts, but he is in around the first team. But we don't have anyone up to the standard of Campbell or Turnbull that we've had over the last few seasons. That's one of my bugbears. That is why we'll have to probably invest heavier into the transfer market this season coming up. Am I right to say that, Stevie?
Yeah, spot on. We will need to look elsewhere because the jury's still out on a lot of the youngsters that are floating around for me. Then now you look at guys like Dean Cornelius, Barry Maguire, and Jamie Semple as examples. I don't think Barry Maguire's a finished article yet. I do think that there's a player in there somewhere. You look at what Motherwell are trying to do, though. I think with the Turnbull money, they announced that they were going to be building a centre of excellence, a training facility, if you like, which for us is massive because our whole mantra, if you like, as a club is to develop talent and sell them on. So I don't think you can expect generations like we've seen with Turnbull, Campbell and Hasty to come through all the time. But I think building a training complex puts us in the best position to be able to do that more often than not, and Motherwell will be an attractive proposition for young players because they know that they'll get the opportunity as well.
Also down in England, Crystal Palace equalised, but then Aston Villa pegged straight back, so it's 2-1 to the Villains at Selhurst Park.
No way. I just applauded Jake Hasty for absolutely turning somebody like the front page of the Herald, right? And then he goes and runs into somebody right after that.
I've just seen that as well, mate.
Meanwhile, Lawrence Shankland has headed straight at Jack Annick, a fantastic chance. He's actually taken the armband for Dundee United today, which I'm quite intrigued by. I'd have thought it would have been maybe a Jamie Robson or somebody like that, but he's leading the line with the armband on. A great chance to put United one ahead, but it still remains goalless in Paisley.
Max Johnson, Max Johnson's 16, 17. He's probably the biggest prospect that we've got coming through. But he's still, in my opinion, got a long way to go. He's only made one first team start. So, I mean, a couple seasons down the line, we'll see a more polished article in Max Johnson, I hope. He was certainly quieting down a wee bit.
Yeah.
Still 1-0 in both your games.
Yep.
Still 1.
I wonder if there'll be any late drama today.
Ooh.
Or if we had enough this season. I think the Scottish Cup weekend in itself was enough for the full year.
Oh, I know. That was absolutely crazy. Is Sherwin staying at Motherwell? I don't think we've seen enough of Sherwin Seedorf to make a call on him.
I've not passed my test yet, and I would still risk it to drive Sherwin Seedorf back down to England.
Wow.
There's my opinion on him as a football player. Couple of good games when they first came in. Adam will remember them scoring an absolute belter against Hearts, which for me the best sound in football is when you hear the ball crashing off the bar. I think that's the best sound in football. probably my favourite goal last season. But since then, he's literally done nothing in the Motherwell shirt, and he's injury prone. So we can definitely find better out there.
Yeah, I mean, it was a gamble that at the time it looked like it was a great signing because of his performance at, dare I say, Queen of the South. He scored a belter against Hibs, scored a belter against Hearts, but apart from that, I mean, he got an assist against Livingston, which won us the game, but I really don't remember him doing anything memorable. I mean, he looked like a good player when he came on against Ross County in the first game of this season, but that was ages ago. Like, we've not had anything from him since, and that's a shame.
My dad's top tip as a coach to anybody who may be a squad player to try and fix it is obviously when you go on, have an impact somehow, and he's not done that enough.
No,
He's not impacted enough games.
yeah. And the fact that he's not being played in these games that are technically a dead rubber to us, it goes to show that he's definitely not going to be in the squad plans for next season.
I don't know though if that's reflective on him as a player or if it's reflective on Graham Alexander's mentality as a manager. I just think he wants to win every single game that he gets into, to be honest.
Which I absolutely love.
I take it he's. Oh, sorry, Gogs. When you go, mate.
I was going to say, if this was Stephen Robinson still being our manager and this was a dead rubber game, he would probably play some more youth.
You're correct in saying that it would be a dead rubber if Stephen Robinson was in charge, but if Stephen Robinson is in charge, I could quite comfortably say that we'd be looking forward to a season in the Championship next year. Which I will keep bringing up because I got absolutely slated for saying that he should go. I get slated online.
And you get slated every week, mate. You're used to it.
And guess what? It was the right decision. It's like sometimes things just go stale in football. I am not, and I will say in the same sentence that Stephen Robinson is the best manager I've seen at Fir Park. It was just time was up. Everything has an expiry date, and he reached it. I do think that for another Scottish team, that if they were looking for a manager, I would absolutely say go for Stephen Robinson though.
As a short-term fix or potentially long-term, Stevie boy.
Well, he can come in and have an impact and do well for the couple of seasons as he's shown, but like anything, it's all about getting the best out of the players, and he wasn't doing that. But I think initially, yeah, it would be a great appointment because I think
because he was obviously linked with a gig when Levine got sacked before we brought in Stendhal, and there was talk in Northern Ireland as well around that time. So there's obviously something there. He's a good gaffer.
Oh,
Stephen,
can I just before you go? You might have seen me put my hands in the air there. I thought Motherwell would score, but they were showing a replay of the goal, so I was waiting to see if it was done. Anyway, you go. What you got to say?
I was just going to say Stephen Robinson is one of the nicest people in football I've ever came across. I have to say that.
Yeah, I totally agree. I had the pleasure of bumping into him at the Player of the Year, and he actually sat and spoke to me for about 10 minutes.
Top man.
And he was willing to answer any question I had.
You always had time for me as well.
Do you know what you want in people, and all you want is managers, and managers is honesty, and he gave you that he gave me that whenever I spoke to him. I could ask him any question. I'm not afraid to put people on the spot, and he would be quite willing to answer it. So I think that's all you can ask for as a supporter.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, he actually said to me that because I made all these videos of me traveling from basically the arse end of nowhere to Motherwell every week and going to all the games, he said that doesn't go unnoticed, and whatever you need from me, I will return the favour because you're willing to support the club through thick and thin.
Well, okay.
That was after that horrible December we had where we didn't win a game in
and it's 2-0. Sorry
2-0
to cut you off there. 2-0 Kelly, and it's Pinnock again. I love the ball threaded through, and Pinnock expertly puts it beyond Smith. A great finish, a great goal, and that ultimately sends Hamilton down. They are down today, and ultimately could seal a potential playoff spot for Ross County.
Go on, Kelly. Love that.
Depending though, Ross County, it's on Motherwell now. We know Motherwell
Yeah.
love last day drama. Could they be about to allow Ross County a break? We'll have to see. We'll leave it to Gogsy and Steve-O.
Steve-O. I'm in Jackass now. Anyway, no, but
Oh, you are a Jackass, but
don't worry, I know it can be a bit of a donkey sometimes. But no, I think I fancy us to win this. I think, as I say, Ross County are going to come at us in the second half. They'll be made well aware of the situation over at the Fountain of Youth Stadium. I always call it New Douglas, anyways.
Yeah, it is the Fountain of Youth, I think.
Forget all these sponsorship names. It's New Douglas anyway. But
You're a
no,
traditionalist, I like that.
aye. They'll be made aware of the situation. Ross County will come at us, and I think, as I said before the game, it'll play into our hands, and we'll pick them off second half. But stay tuned.
that's half time, boys.
That'll be the case.
Oh well,
Oh,
that's good
jeez.
for a season we never need to see New Douglas Park or the Fountain of Youth Stadium's plastic pitch again.
Oh, no more sitting in a gazebo to watch a game of football. Brilliant.
Eamon Brophy's just evaded a couple Dundee United players on the edge of the box. Lovely feet, but sends a shot well wide, and it's still 0-0 here.
What a chance that was for Ross County there. I think it was Gardine just basically drove through the heart of our defence, and I mean, he should really hit the target from there.
Yep. But
well, you know, the thing is the positions are all in Ross County's hands. Kelly might be in the lead, and Ross County might be, getting beat. But if Ross County score, they stay up. That is how easy it is. That's how it can all change. So we shall see. I'm looking forward to this second half for the Motherwell game.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I mean, Ross County have had 5 shots off target. They've not forced Liam Kelly into making a save yet.
I just want to touch on something you mentioned there, Adam. Eamon Brophy. I was surprised that Kilmarnock let him go. Or that you could argue that it's worked out because Brophy got injured and they managed to get Kyle off it, and he's scored an absolute battle for them. But it'll be interesting to see how he does for St Mirren next season, won't it?
Yeah, definitely, and I think fully fit as well. To me, I've said it for a couple of times. I don't know whether it's on here or even on Stefan's podcast, Stevie, but to me, Eamon Brophy seems the standout option. That's coincidentally half time here. Out of all sort of St Mirren striking options, I actually think that he and Big John Obika would work well as a partnership, but due to obviously injury and it being stop-start, we haven't really seen that. So I think it was a real coup for St Mirren, given the Aberdeen links. I think there was potential of even us sort of sniffing about him and whatever, but it'll be very interesting. I think the job that Jim Goodwin's doing as well, he's picking up sort of Premiership-proven players, and it's working as a result. I think they need a couple reinforcements. It obviously depends on what happens with Jamie McGrath, but he's assembling a really good squad, and if they can get the best out of Eamon Brophy, then on a free transfer, a pre-contract, it looks an absolute steal for me.
Yep.
Absolutely. Now, because it's half-time in the games, I'm going to run through a couple of comments that we may have missed from earlier. I didn't really give Billy Mehmet's comment enough time to actually settle in. Last game of the season, lads, it's been emotional. Great content all year. It's helped me massively during lockdown. Great banter. Stevie, I hope them scenes yesterday don't stop you from going to the Euros. Thank you very much, Billy. It's
Thanks, Billy.
From a professional footballer as well. That they enjoy the content that we make. Let's see what else I've missed. It's quite a lot. Who's phoning that?
Hold on.
Professional as ever. His phone's not even on silent. What a jerk.
Yeah, Stevie, go for it, mate. Yeah. So, Stefan, talk to us a bit about the Kilmarnock game, mate.
Listen, not too much in it, Gogsy. In terms of action, there has been 2 goals, 2 decent finishes from Kilmarnock. They deserve to be in the lead, but Hamilton haven't really done much. They've had a couple of opportunities, but every time they get into the box, they either miss-hit the ball or it's taken away from them. Kelly have defended well, they've played well, and they deserve to be in the lead.
That's fantastic. Great to see potentially. Oh, well, I think it's out of the question now. Hamilton are going to get relegated today.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Because that's Hamilton needing, 11 or 12 goals. I mean, the last time Hamilton were in such a position that they needed to score so many goals was when they played against Green at Morton, and they won 10-2 in the final day, and Dundee beat Dumbarton to go on to get promoted. But of course, it was hard lines from Hamilton, but that was funny as well.
I was getting a wee... Sorry, mate. I was getting a wee FaceTime call, and that's why it went through the laptop. So I don't know how. That's rather annoying, but never mind. So yeah, no. What can I say really about St Mirren and Dundee United? It's been pretty dross, to be honest. Couple chances for either side, but again, I think it's fine lines as to why the sides are here and not perhaps in the top 6. I think it perfectly sort of encapsulates St Mirren and Dundee United seasons, and that missed opportunities have come back to bite them later on in the campaign, whether it be through the Premiership or the Scottish Cup. So no real surprise to see it 0-0, I guess.
Aye. Daniel Kirk says, why is Sports Scene on after Match of the Day tonight? I think it might be because Sports Scene's usually on BBC Scotland channel before it's on the actual BBC One Scotland. For that. Graham Caldwell says we need an extra 2 strikers. Last Sunday proved that we need more options and players that can take chances and recreate them. Another box-to-box midfielder would also help us dictate games. That's a very good outlook. Broadster FIFA says, Monachilly, we are staying up today. Well, hopefully you are, because I want us to beat Ross County. Funnily enough.
Don't trust Motherwell too much.
No,
sorry, I should probably put my camera on and back.
Yeah.
Stevie doing a Stefan there.
No, I'm not a Mike. That was terrible. That was terrible. That was terrible. I will qualify it. I'll put that in the terrible category.
You could just admire how great that logo actually is, you plonker.
There we go. New comments. Munda Lily. I'm sure you mean Kelly.
Munda Lily, the Lily Pies.
And he has a go at me for shite patter. Anyway.
The Lily Pies. Wow.
Joseph Coyle's trying to wind you up, Adam. He's fucking the Chiefs at it today.
Hey, is he? Hey. Shut up, Dick.
Shut it, Dick.
No, it's what is it? It's say that. Shut up, mate. Shut up, Dick. Oh, what a prick. What did you call me earlier? A welt man, whatever a welt man is.
Not a welt man, a welt man.
Oh, right. Well, you said you went, oh, you're such a welt man. And I was like, what? You're such a welt.
Shut up, mate.
Shut up, mate. See, told you. He emphasises the T at points. Shut up.
Fucking welt. I don't understand this, man.
It's Tory, mate. It's Tory.
It is not Tory.
It's not Tory. But, you know, for a Tory, he vigorously defends himself.
Indeed. Joseph Curley, yet again, bringing up the Brora, Rangers and Hearts game.
That's what I'm saying. Let it go, mate. Honestly, it happened. It might have spoiled our season, but that's fine. It is what it is. Shut up, Stefan. Seriously. You are starting to do my box.
To be fair, he was prompted by the chief.
You're starting to do my boxing, man. Honestly, I'm going to end up knocking you out. Hey!
He's honestly the worst. You are actually the worst person I've ever. This is all Goggs' fault. I didn't know Stefan prior to that that Prora 2 Hearts 1, and lo and behold, met Stefan that night, and it's just my life has just gone rapidly downhill ever since.
Mate, it's the best night of your life meeting someone like me.
Hey!
You started this, Stefan, eh? You shouldn't have done it, eh? Why did you have to do this, eh? Honestly.
He says it that much. You say it that much, Stefan. You should change your name to fucking A. Stefano Talks.
Oh, I love it, mate. I love it.
John Mitchell makes a great point. We were sick of getting cup finals. We're letting Hibs and St Johnstone have their day.
Hey.
Sick of getting to cup finals and losing to Celtic. I get it, mate.
I swear to God, I think that's probably been the most hurtful experience in my time supporting Motherwell. The fact that we never won that penalty shootout and what's transpired.
I'm lucky, mate.
Honestly, man, how the privileged are spoiled, honestly. See, win everything.
You know, see if your players had the bottle, they would have done it, but they didn't, so they haven't.
I honestly, I agree with that. I wouldn't have minded if they get beaten penalties if they hit the target and the goalie saved it, but to hit the post and blow one over the crossbar is just fucking unforgivable.
There's Stefan on the verge of a meltdown because he's not seen Celtic win a trophy this season. What an embarrassment,
I have actually
honestly.
seen them.
No.
Okay.
What? Technically, that was last season. But I'll give
technically, but it was still won this season, so it's okay, mate. It's okay. I know you've won the championship and you're not happy with winning trophies. Unlike me, I'm happy with winning anything. So,
did you see the BBC's advert for the Euros? How good is it to see Scotland involved in an advert for a major final?
Going to ask me the first part of that question, then let me answer, and then going to ask me the second part. You've asked me two questions without letting me answer.
What's the problem today? What is his problem today? It's the same every pastor Mike these days. He's so pedantic.
Well, I'm just saying he was like, have you seen that BBC advert for the Euros? Oh, how good is it? Well, I don't know, because you've not let me actually answer the first part of the question.
So you've not seen it?
Well, no, I haven't, but you never gave me the chance to answer the question. The absolute clown.
There's only one clown here, mate.
Hey.
And it's no Stevie Goggs there, aye. So, up you.
I get that round you, Joseph.
Hey.
What the hell's happened to my stream? I feel like I'm watching Calder 99.
Goggs is wetting himself.
Oh, it's just because someone's messaged me saying that Stefan's a fanny.
It's not a lie.
And it wasn't me before you start that nonsense.
That nonsense, aye. Oh, God.
Sorry, mate. I forgot that you never make any mistakes while you're obviously spouting your shite.
Mate, I make mistakes all the time.
Exactly, so get it up you.
Like, before we came on stream, Stefan thought that Hamilton needed to win 18-0.
Oh my God, that doesn't even surprise me. He's a numpty.
He's a numpty. Hey. Love it. He's turned his camera off. Oh.
What was that?
Colwell says, would love to see Dylan Reid get on for the last half hour this afternoon. A 16-year-old with a bags of potentially just signed a 2-year professional contract.
Was that the boy that couldn't be part of the matchday squad recently? Was it the trip to Ibrox because he was sitting his exams or something?
It's just not the boy that's been touted with Bayern Munich and the likes, and he's meant to be. Aye, apparently really? Bayern Munich were there for them. Aye.
Is this part of the Tony Fitzpatrick circus?
No, seriously, it was like
But
Do
Bayern
you
Munich
know what?
nicked a couple of young boys from Celtic recently, didn't they? Or a couple of years back. Was it Stefan? Who was it Liam Morrison and was there not another one? Opted to go to Bayern.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of his name.
Wasn't that Barry Hepburn, was it? Is that his name?
Yeah, it was Barry Hepburn.
See? Hey, knowledge. Bayern after these young Scottish superstars. I like
I've
it.
literally Googled Scottish Bayern Munich players and it's got with professional athletes, FC Bayern Munich, Scottish people, Aaron Hickey and Billy Gilmore.
I tell you what, Adam, you might have a fucking bogging accent, but that was encyclopedic, that.
Thank you, mate. I appreciate
You don't
I
get,
appreciate the
you don't-
accent slander, but that's fine. I'll dismiss that in the hope that it was, complimentary. But thanks for that.
You don't often get slated and complimented in the same sentence. That is a skill, mate.
Stevie makes a good point. Your knowledge on Scottish football is very unrivaled, to be fair.
Oh my God! Right, 1 hour 10 minutes. I'm going to clip that. Thank you very much.
What can I say, mate? I call it as I see it.
Too kind.
The gun-firing Estonian says, Gogsy and Stevie, are you wanting to see Semple stay at the club? I think he could be good if he stays.
Second half's kicked off, by the way, just before you start.
It depends how he does when he comes back for this loan spell. I don't think he really set the world alight in his current one. So if I let him go, I wouldn't lose sleep over it. Put it that way.
Was he the boy at Queen of the South? Is that right?
Was it?
Cove Rangers.
Was it no Coby went
Cove
to?
Rangers.
Cove Rangers. Aye.
Go Rangers. Who am I thinking of? God knows.
PJ Morrison.
Potentially, that's the keeper, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, aye.
The scores at the moment, Kirsten, are Hamilton Accies 0, Kilmarnock 2, Motherwell 1, Ross County 0, and St Mirren 0, Dundee United 0.
Now time for the classified results.
Teams just re-emerging here in Paisley as well.
I've not kicked off yet, Gogsy, have you?
No, for me, the teams are just emerging from the tunnels as well.
Right, okay.
PG's now air for pick. And also on Tuesday, the next time we'll be live on Pass the Mic is we're going to be doing a live discussion video, a live discussion stream of a potential Scotland squad of who we would have as our final 26. So please stay tuned for that ahead of Wednesday's actual announcement.
Number 14, Cammy McPherson's coming on, but I can't see who's just been subbed off for the Buddies. But yeah, surprised that he doesn't seem to get regular game time. Whenever I've watched Cammy McPherson, he seems a decent wee player. He scored an absolute worldie, was it at Rugby Park midweek? So I'm surprised that he wasn't chucked into the 11.
Over.
That was a great goal.
Oh, superb. Outside the foot, sweet as a nut.
Sweet as a nut.
What time on Wednesday is the squad out? I have no idea.
I'm sure it'll be about midday. No one knows it.
The gunfiring Estonian says, when's the video of your interview with Sods coming out, Gogsy? Looking forward to it. If you check about a month ago it was out, mate. I literally posted it a month ago. Awkward.
That's why he's a friend of the channel. Come on, keep up.
Why I said Stephen O'Donnell, friend of the channel.
That's where this whole patter emerged from.
Supposed to be a subscriber and you don't even know I posted that video, for fuck's sake.
Get the notifications on, get the finger out, come on.
Oh, I literally hardly ever post like an actual video because I don't get the chance to at the moment. And when I do, it's just get fucking shit like this.
Kirsten asked a good point. What's the Villa score?
It's 2-1 to Aston Villa at the moment, Kirsten. Yeah, Sam Foley could actually be one of our best players next season.
I know that, but I think I would maybe give him a year deal, judging on how he's done since he's come in.
Agreed.
He's done well, which is surprising. What minute are you on, Goggy?
47-13.
Why are you so far ahead of me? This cannot happen. This is slander.
Johnny M says, just check the league table. We would have finished 4th with the points we have if there was no split in the league. What? 4th? Surely
Motherwell
not.
got more points than Aberdeen.
We can't have. Let me just check.
Callum Davidson, regrettably, yes, I am a Hearts fan. Brainwashed by my father. Never mind.
There's always the next life.
No, Motherwell can, if they win today, finish on more points than Aberdeen. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
No, they can't. Aberdeen are on 56, Motherwell are on 48.
That's as it stands.
No, that I will be Motherwell winning, aye.
Yeah, yeah.
Another time check, please, Dodgy.
48-16.
Oh, you're miles ahead of me, man.
You boys are miles behind me. I'm on 50.
You are 50.
Mate, go and for and lie down. Your partner's honking today. I was going to say something else, but I'll leave it.
Say it.
Nope.
No, go on. No, go on.
Go on. You started, so you'll finish.
Will I?
What a bottling bastard.
This coming from the Hearts fan. Love it.
Oh, pick that out.
Have we just scored?
No, Ian Vigurs has just scored, mate.
Oh,
and for all Kelly's hard work, Ross County are now back in 10th.
Oh, what a goal, man. What a goal, Ian Vigurs.
Prick never did that for us.
No enough, anyway. Aye, keeper no chance.
Well, goal.
No much we could have done to stop it from happening. Just a good goal. He's just skipped by a player and just absolutely bent one from about 20 yards into the net.
Aye.
And as it stands, we've gone back to Dingwall next season. Fuck.
Unbelievable. This is why I love Scottish football. I really, really love it, man. It's unrivaled.
Don't think the game's done yet, though. Still
No,
twists and turns.
No, I don't think it's done yet, but I really hope the drama keeps going.
a late Motherwell winner, that's what we're after.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly fans will be raging considering how great Kelly have actually done to get into the lead.
I honestly don't know if I will miss Hamilton next season, Callum Davidson.
Of course you won't. Come on.
Well, for me personally, I don't live in the area, so it's not like a local place to go to. I'd rather have Dundee up than Hamilton.
Apart from having a good youth development, give me one thing that Hamilton provide to the top flight.
A lot of bad days out for Motherwell fans, that's for sure.
There is nothing. There is nothing. No, it's a good point about it. I think it's also a positive that we can take as it stands that we're getting rid of 2 of the 3 plastic pitches. That is certainly a positive. Well, maybe,
Did-
because Kelly only.
Did Livingston not have a grass park before they entered the Premiership?
They did. Because
I don't know why they did that.
the season before Livingston got promoted, we played them in a friendly, I think, or 2 seasons before, and we beat them 2-0 on their grass park. Ryan Bowman and Gail Biggary-Mana scored.
Usually I'd agree with Roberto there, but
What did they say?
I'm a bit of a traditionalist. I like seeing Kelly in the top tier. They're a mainstay for me.
And I think if County and Hamilton were to go down and Dundee and Hearts were to come up, I think that's as strong a top flight as you can get from me.
Totally agree.
I would maybe say take out Livingston and put in Dunfermline, and that's about as close as big a top flight you can get.
No Kelly Pie if they go down. I'll tell you what they provide. Big chipper. John Mitchell says, Stefan, does Hamilton need 20 goals to stay up now?
Shut up, John.
Quality, John. Thank you, John. Please feel
let's not forget.
have a go at Stefan more often. Sorry.
I honestly don't know if Falkirk's not big enough not bigger than Dunfermline for me.
No, Dunfermline bigger than Falkirk for me as well.
Falkirk with 3 stands.
I think what you want to see is good crowds at games, and obviously, so you want to see the likes of Dunfermline, maybe Dundee. Dundee definitely capable of bringing a good away support when they want to, and we know what Hearts bring as well. So it's good for clubs to get money through the door, particularly in the times that we've just been in. Hopefully, coming out of it, moving into next season, it's just good to get rid of clubs with shite fan bases, to be honest. And that's nothing against the fans of those clubs. They try their best to support them. There's no their fault nobody else follows them. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Livy are a strong team, so they won't be going down for a few seasons. Yeah, we know that.
I actually think Libby could be in trouble next season.
Really?
Yep. Martindale had that wee bust when he was put in charge of them when he took over. I don't think it will continue next season. I think you look at the form since that run, they've kind of slipped and ended up lucky really to finish where they have. You look at it, if we managed to get a win today, we would have finished on more points than them. And
mate, they've won something like 1 game since that 14-game unbeaten run. I think it's 1 win since like mid-February, early February. So speaks volumes. It's the type of trajectory that we saw under Levine before he eventually gets sacked. So I think Stevie's got every right to sort of believe that. I worry for Livingston really next year. They potentially might lose big J. Emmanuel Thomas. He seems like their only real goal scorer at the minute as well. I'd be concerned if I was a Livy fan, to be fair.
I believe Aberdeen are looking at him.
Yeah, that's right. Because Aberdeen won't have a contracted striker come the summer either. So
they'll be pleased with that.
No, that's just made me think of something.
What?
They're definitely going to try and sign Louis Moult.
Aberdeen?
Yep. 100%. 100%. Because they were trying to get him before he went to prison.
Sounds about right. Mind you, he's that injury prone. I guess that Hearts will probably offer him a 4-year deal and he'll take it. So
you can stay away, Adam, please. He's coming home and that's it.
You've also got the likes of Wrexham, who'll have a lot of money being thrown at them because of their new owner.
Yep.
I reckon if there was a team that Louis Moult would go to, it would be Wrexham.
Aye, it's a good shout, but
because it keeps
which is sad to say over either Hearts, Aberdeen, or Motherwell, isn't it?
Well, it's been illustrated in the past. You look at Adam Linney taking the money to go down to Salford, so.
Same with the boy Hladke as well, the St Mirren keeper as well, going down there.
And I think the Rangers were looking at him as well, so it just shows you.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's not just that though, it's the fact that there was a wage cap in League 2 and League 1, and he decided to go down to the National League to get double his pay.
I'm interested, to be on the subject of goalkeepers, I'm interested to hear if Stepan's heard the rumour that's flying about that Celtic are signing Benji Seagraft for £1.2 million in a swap deal with Ross Doohan going the other way. What do you think of that, Stefan?
I've not heard anything of it. Would I be against it? Probably not, but I assume he would just be coming in as a backup to Barkas.
It's a free guy.
Oh, it's still all aboard the Barkas bus. Here we go.
Of course I'm aboard the Barkas bus. I was on the radio the other night singing his praises, so of course.
It has to be said, in my opinion, Seagrass is far too good a goalkeeper to be a bench warmer.
I totally agree.
And that's why I would think the move would be unlikely, but I can't see him coming to Celtic and being a starter. I'm sorry.
Most saves and most clean sheets in the side that have finished in the bottom six, not good enough to get in your squad when your goalkeepers have been chucking balls in the net all season.
I think he's in who scored team of the season as it stands over Alan McGregor. And considering how good Alan McGregor's been,
I take that on board, but I've not seen enough of Barkas to suggest that Celtic should get rid of him. They paid $5 million for him. I can't see them bringing in a guy from Dundee United to start ahead of him. I don't know. I'll see what happens when the new manager comes in. But for me, Barkas has to start.
There's something else. The new manager, absolutely sick of everywhere I turn to, the timeline being bombarded with Eddie Howe propaganda. Like, just hurry up and announce him already, man. Honestly, they take the piss.
I know, like 77 days or something since the learning that the old Steve Ho.
What? How can it possibly take that long? Celtic are an attractive club to come to as well. It's not as though it's sort of a higher end Scottish club that isn't either the old firm trying to negotiate Eddie Howe to come.
Can I come in, Stefan, before you go? Is that all right?
Yeah, go for it.
I think they will have the man. I actually think they'll announce it tomorrow. There you go. I think they will wait until the end of the season to announce it, and I think they will announce the new manager tomorrow. I just think they were giving John Kennedy the respect to see out the season.
Eddie Howe will be the next Celtic manager. It will be announced this week or next week. I will say that.
I will say I think that's good marketing because it then gives the fans something to talk about while there's no season.
Yeah, and they'll use it to try and boost their season ticket sales because let's be honest, they've done nothing on the park to merit any Celtic supporter buying a season ticket for next season.
Well, there's Stefan giving it the big one constantly about how he's not going to renew, but he will because he's a mug.
No, hold on. Don't give context. Why did I say there's a possibility I wouldn't renew? Give context. Don't make it out as if Celtic have lost a week and he's not renewing. You fucking dick. Give it context.
I thought it was exactly that. I thought you were just disappointed at a trophyless campaign, at you blowing the 10. You weren't going to give Celtic any more money, no matter who was at the helm, and that was it.
No, the reason I'm thinking about not renewing is the price. I'm not paying more than I paid this season. £666 is a lot of money. In the midst of a global pandemic, I gave it because I had it. However, I'm not paying any more than that. If Celtic up their season ticket, I don't think it's a marketable move. I think a lot of people will be the same, saying, yeah, I hate you so much. Do you know that?
No, just because you said £666, I was doing the Illuminati with the devil.
No, that's given to your left.
No, honestly, I think you'd have the right to be angry at that, Stefan, on a serious note. You look at clubs like my own club, who financially are nowhere near the position that Celtic are in.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Given a fucking, I'm making a really good point here, and he's been an absolute cunt because his team are push. Anyway,
no change there, Stevie.
But no, we as a community club giving it pre-season tickets, and then your greedy billionaire owners, or multi-millionaire owners, I don't know what they are.
Billionaire.
Billionaire, there you go. Putting prices up to line their own pockets is disgusting, particularly after the season that you've had.
Oh, that's why I agree.
Yeah, disgusting.
I have a stating the obvious, but
Dylan Connolly's come off for Saints here, replaced by Kyle McAllister. But gotta be honest, this second half has been as pretty lifeless as the first.
No, but anyway, I've noticed Stefan's new ploy, because he's finding he's self-agreeing with me a lot with his women in college. He used to disagree a lot. He's still got to fucking give me a backhand. Oh, you're stating the obvious just to get a wee dig in there. I see you, Stefan.
Mate, listen, it wasn't that we disagreed, it's just you had absolutely woeful footballing opinions back then, but I'm glad to see you've matured and you've started to see the game as it should be viewed. So, good to see.
Well, I did say that Mr. Dembele could not be classed as a world-class player while he was at Celtic. I thought it was a fair enough opinion. However, I will concede now that he's definitely on that level.
Only because he's left Celtic.
Yeah, I just think that my point at the time was that he had to go and do it at a higher level, and he's done
Your
that.
point at the time was that Mr. Dembele will never be a world-class player.
I don't think I ever said that.
Oh, that was silly, Stevie.
I would love to go back and get and see if I did say that, because see if I did say that, that's fucking moronic.
I know, that's why we didn't agree on it.
That's moronic to say that. Right, okay. If I said that, then I would love to go back a few years ago and slap myself if time travel was possible.
Well, why don't you just hit yourself right now?
In fact, you know what I'll do, Stefan? If we can find that, and if I've said that, the next time you see me, I will allow you to sweet chin music me. How do you go? Right out my wheelchair,
no, I don't think that would do anything to my reputation, to be honest. So, no, I'm not going to hit anyone. So.
Here I'm trying to ruin his credibility. I thought he was going to fall for that then. Damn!
Stefan's got credibility.
This is what Stefan said.
A little smidgen.
This is what Stefan should have said. I don't fall for things, Stephen. That's only you and your cerebral palsy that do that.
See, Ricky Lammy's just elbowed Jordan White in the back of the head.
Oh, well, I wouldn't put it past Jordan White scoring the winner.
Just for the bants.
It's going to happen.
BANTER.
So Jake Hasty got subbed there for Stephen Lawless. About
so much for Stevie saying that Jake Hasty would score today. Nice, Stevie.
Well, I was wrong once again. Thank you.
Another one of those awful footballing opinions that you have.
That was a prediction, mate. That's not an opinion.
Stefan, you would be a fucking awful manager, by the way. Constantly pointing out people's flaws. My immune system, the fact that Jake Hasty never scored. Honestly,
my accent, the fact that I drop an occasional A after I say something.
Oh, he's done it again. Hey!
Also, your haircut, Goggs' haircut, praised Adam.
Show my haircut.
I was talking about Goggs. I like
oh my god!
Honestly, God.
No.
Honest to God, he gets a fucking trim yesterday and he's having a go at people's hair.
I wasn't having a go at Adam. I said he's got quite nice hair. I was talking about Goggsy.
Alright. Oh well.
What a load of shite.
What a
Thanks,
load
Motherwell.
of shit.
You had one job. One
Jordan White
fucking
with the assist.
Brilliant.
scrambles.
Ross County staying up. Love
I'm actually raging. Why?
Yeah. I'm
ruined everything.
Hi-ho,
You're the only one.
hi-ho.
I don't want to go up to Dingwall.
Well, don't go then.
All right, well, I'll patch it then.
Well, great. That's fine. Don't know why you're getting annoyed. You don't want to go to Dingwall.
Oh,
Don't go. Dafty.
who are you calling a dafty?
What are you calling a dafty? Dafty. You're dafty.
Hey.
Oh,
Stephen
fuck
Reed
off.
has blood on his hands.
What? I have blood on my hands. No, I don't.
You literally said like 3 minutes ago Jordan White was going to score the winner. Then Jordan White goes and provides an assist for a potential winner.
Wait,
I don't hear Stefan slagging that.
I was just waiting in Stefan button and going, Stevie said he scored, they only got an assist, therefore he was wrong again.
Oh, love it.
Listen to him absolutely pissing himself.
Stefano giving it the big one without showing his face, not a fan of his.
Oh, man.
Stefan wants to play the pantomime Dalton, doesn't he?
People just want to see my face. I know I'm good. Look, if you want to see it, go on Instagram at Mr. Stefan Carlin. You'll find it there. All right. God, everyone's what? I'm in demand today.
Yeah, you are.
Honestly, mate, you come back and you slag my opinions and you slag what I think on football when you can work out how goal difference works, mate, right?
Oh, mate, that's so original. Well done, mate. Well done. You must be proud of that one. How long did it take you to come up with that? Like, when were we last talking about it? 15 minutes ago? You've been sitting on that one? Very well. You wee clown.
You know what's funny?
It's about as original as you using the same filter for every photo every time you get a haircut, mate.
Well, that's a lie for a start. So
I had to come back with something. You know what I mean? Having a good week of tennis here.
Oh my goodness! How has he sent that wide? Dropped the camera person who I was praising earlier on, but he's missed an absolute sitter. Lovely bit of link up. Eventually fed through by Big John Obika after the give and go 1-2. Oh, Jesus. Looks for the far corner and he sends it wide. Still 0-0.
I think I've lost the time to actually come out with this. But see when Stefan claps, because we don't actually see his face, we don't know if he's actually clapping or doing something worse.
Oh, penalty, surely. No.
I'm not a fan of Dundee versus Kelly in the playoff final. I was actually warming to the idea of Dundee coming up, but I'd want Kelly to win that.
I don't know if he's given a penalty there. That's poor defence from Hamilton. Oh, I don't know if he's booking him for diving or what there. The camera angle's terrible.
See when I clap, I'm trying to help myself.
No, it's a penalty to Kelly.
Is it?
Nobody cares, mate. Nobody cares. It's all in Ross County and bloody Motherwell, man.
Sorry, mate.
One job.
Do my job, all right.
Yeah, it's all right. No problem, mate. Thanks for that.
Listen, you pickled onion eating paunch. You come back and slag my team for getting beat up Ross County when your team can beat Brora, right?
Hey, Stevie, less of that patter. Fucking pickled onion eating nonce.
Pons. I never said nonce.
Give me both.
Only Stefan throws that shade towards people.
Maxi Cheese says, just looked at Stefan's Insta. He looks like a toe with pubes on it.
Leave Stefan alone, you.
What's a toe with I mean, he must be looking at his own feet in that instance then, because I've never seen a toe with pubes on it, to be fair. Don't know how he knows what one of them look like unless he's got one, but that's okay.
He's got fucking cheese in his username. Don't take that off him.
Maxi Cheese.
Oh. Yeah, just to clarify, they missed that penalty. It was a good save down to Smith's right hand side.
Like I say, mate, don't care, but thanks very much.
Cheers, mate. Thanks for
Motherwell have made whatever you're commenting on, or the game you're commenting on, irrelevant.
Typical Motherwell, eh? Always ruining it.
There I was, backing them to beat Hibs in the Cup. Did so well to come back for 2 down, blow on pens. And now I want Kelly safe. And lo and behold, they have to lose at home to Ross County. Ross County. Wow. Shambles. You would back my disabled fantasy football team's plastic whistle to beat Hibs, so it doesn't make any difference, mate. You'd
a
take
Hearts
anybody
fan having a go at a team for losing when his team lost to Brora. Come on, do me a favour. You can't have a go at any of these team losing.
That would be the same Hearts that you scraped past in the cup.
Do you know what that's the
Yeah.
equivalent? See Hearts getting beat to Broda, that is the equivalent of me beating Usain Bolt in a race, mate. That's how bad a defeat that was. Embarrassing. Embarrassing.
Oh dear.
Anyway, we've got 96 or 98 people now in the chat. Feel free to leave a comment. We'll get around to answering as many questions as we can.
Listen, I'm not defending it. It is embarrassing.
It's another penalty to Kelly. Oh,
Aki's have well and truly chucked it today.
no, I was going to say, can it be? It was the replay. I don't know why they did that. They showed the replay. I was like, surely not.
Oh, come on, mate. There you were giving it the big one about doing your job, and lo and behold, you've done your job incorrectly just there. I mean, get it right. Honestly, it sickens me.
Honestly, sickens me, Can't believe it,
Drinking my brew,
Hey. Put me a choke on it.
That was unnecessary, wasn't it? No need.
Hamilton had to score 9. Yes, Stefan, not 18. To stay up with it. And they've actually done their best to try and concede 9 by the sounds of it, Stefan.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, by the way, that was a melter, wasn't it?
Who honestly does that? Honestly, that's vile.
You manky midden you. That's disgusting.
I can't hold what's no my horn.
You know, honestly, who does that into a microphone? Grow up.
I don't. Me, mate. What?
Why is nobody asking questions? I like when we take some questions.
Aye.
Because they're cautious in case they give one to Stevie and he makes a mess of it.
No need for that, is there?
Terrible footballing opinion.
Yeah, he's fucking coming in with both barrels, man.
Oh, it's a 2-footer.
Graham Caldwell's just said that he reckons he's ahead of me. There's an instant I'll see in a minute. Let's have a little look.
Nobody cares about your game. It's all about Motherwell.
Shut up, mate.
Shut up, mate.
Okay. Oh, Tony, man. Well, if we lose today, we can't go unbeaten in the split.
No. Sorry.
You were saying, Stevie?
Stefan's having a go at people for stating the obvious, but obviously it doesn't apply to you guys. It's only me. He's got to discriminate. See, Stefan.
He was referring to a comment from Ross Bailey, actually.
Stefan discriminates against disabled people. There you go. You have it. You have it.
And folk from the East Coast. He's terrible for that.
Hey.
Shut up, mate.
If you aim for the king, you better not miss. That's all I'm saying to it.
Come on.
Oh, that's a bad tackle there. That should be a yellow. Keith Watson should be picked for that.
I'm still waiting on this incident. I just totally missed something.
I wonder.
All right, Chris Kamara.
Shut up, Stefan.
I must have missed that, Jeff.
Hey, you're right. I saw him going off, but I thought they were bringing a sub on.
He's been filled.
Have you ever heard
Come on, Adam, do your job properly.
Have you ever heard the story about him?
Oh my goodness. Sorry.
Okay. On you go.
No, United played the ball across goal, and Richard Tate looked to have sent it back towards his own goal initially. I'm just seeing it again. I think it's Mark McNulty off the bench, sends one looking for Shankland, and St Mirren very nearly concede with Richard Tate running back towards his goal, but he eventually hooks it out for a corner kick.
Dundee United win. Did they take 7th place?
As it stands, St Mirren are 7.
But as it stands, I think United could potentially, with a win.
If they win, they do clinch 7th. But if we win, if we draw, And that game stays a draw. We've got it, obviously, because everything stays the same. Oh, they've stated the fucking obvious again. Here we go. He's about to
Stevie, you make it too easy for me, mate.
fucking swear to God.
To be fair, at least you acknowledged it yourself, Stevie. You could have just let it slide and then have Stefan pick you up for it.
Do you know what? He's made me aware of it now, so I'm just going to notice it.
Stefan, I'm aware there's been a red card at St Mirren, but for who?
Well, I don't know why you're asking me, because I'm watching the Hamilton Kelly game, you clown.
Oh, Adam, sorry.
Oh.
What did you say, mate? Oh yeah, I have missed it. I've just seen it there on the scoreboard. My bad.
Sorry.
Right, well, who gets sent off? Come on, tell us. We're all dying in anticipation to find out.
Somebody for Dundee United. Hold on a second.
He literally done a cameo and that's funny. He's fucking missed the sending off. Oh, bro.
I was too busy looking at the chat. I don't know why. I always look back at the stream in the chat, but it's Jamie Robson that's been sent off for United.
Get a timestamp on that, man. And merge the two of them together. Merge just having a joke at it and then him actually doing it. Oh, man.
125.
That's up there with moment of the season for me, that. Oh. He knows about Celtic youth players that went to Bayern Munich years ago, but he can't even comment on a simple sending off, man. Jesus Christ. This guy is all show. He's like a Ferrari without the engine, I'm telling you.
He's all far and no jobby.
Oh, TDV.
Adam Kennedy, fraud. This guy's managed to get himself a space and talk Scottish football.
Wow, the disrespect. Listen, it happens, troops. I'm hopping between tabs. I'm sorry.
Perfect, man.
John Mitchell says, I think you need to do a hit and run on Stefan.
Wow, a hit and run. Think of who you're talking to here, John. The first bit's hard enough, but the second part's practically impossible.
Oh, brilliant.
Thought we were just going to have a nice wee calm stream to close out the season, and John Mitchell comes in with that. I get enough of these guys here.
I've never once said anything bad about you, mate.
Oh my God, you could be a politician.
Perhaps the biggest lie of all time.
You could be a politician telling lies like that, mate. I swear to God.
You two, honestly, you're the biggest clowns ever. You actually just bite to anything. It's phenomenal. Little bit of bait, and both of them just jump right in. Love to see it. Do better.
Gogsy, do you want me to help Adam in case he misses anything further?
Yeah, please do. Graham Caldwell.
Graham, I'm not going to lie. This has been comfortably one of the worst games of football I've ever seen.
Oh, you've never seen?
You saw Brora beat Hearts.
That was a good game. I might not have been happy with the result, but it was a good game.
You should have said one. You should have said one of the worst games you've never seen, because you seem to be missing everything, mate.
Shut up.
Shut up. That's all I can say. You've done him, Stephen. Is hitting out with all shut up, poo.
So I miss a red card and I brought on numerous chances, a couple changes, but that all goes out the window because I missed Jamie Robson getting sent off for an instant that I didn't seem all that noteworthy and that I didn't see. Fuck off, man, honestly.
My God. Oh no, by the way, that comment for J-Max the Cheese, man, brilliant. Brilliant. You wank.
Another corner for Motherwell. 9 minutes to go plus stoppage.
Oh, I'll be delighted to see the back of this game. Jesus. Somebody just score and make it interesting. I don't even care who it is at this point. It's probably going to be St Mirren, but I don't care.
Speaking of seeing the back and stuff, right, Stefan, you went for the haircut this weekend. See when a hairdresser shows you the back of your head, has anybody ever went, no mate, you need to fix that? Because you don't know what the back of your head looks like anyway, so everybody just goes, that's sound mate.
In fairness, my barber does a great cut, so I never say no because it is always a genuinely class cut. So, no, but I see your point.
Can we clip that? Stefan just didn't slag me after I said something. And what was the time?
Actually, a shocking challenge to London Kyle McAllister. Sorry, go on, TV.
No, I was going to say, I love that I'm asking what time it was at when it's literally up in the top left-hand corner telling me what time it was. Oh my god.
Honestly, what a fucking numpty.
Wallace is far too slow. Every time he gets the ball, he just slows the game down.
I cannot comment on people's speed. That would
Jesus.
That would be hypocritical.
Wallace is not a player you want on the park when you're losing the game because he's not quick enough to actually keep up with play.
It's a good thing I've missed sending off in a meaningless fixture. I'd rather that than it be,
World Cup final.
Aki's Kelly or Motherwell County.
I bet you Bill Mosney wishes Adam was reporting in the game where they punched Lee Irwin because he'd have probably missed that and all.
Oh, grow up.
This part's getting very stale right now.
Your part is stale in general. There's no right now to it. It just is.
Who's Stefan think he is piping up with that?
I mean, I think if it wasn't for me, you guys just wouldn't have anything. It's me that makes this, so shut up.
Oh, we can tell by looking at your face. Oh, wait, hold on.
So original, mate. Honestly, you really need to get better far. I've heard it all before. It didn't bother me then, doesn't bother me now. Hey.
Fuck's sake, Motherwell doing their tipping.
Could you imagine Adam doing the alphabet?
Oh, look at him making fun of people's laughs now. That's pathetic. Poor Stevie.
Sorry, so it's all right. No, wait, so it's all right for you to mock my accent, but I make fun of somebody's laugh.
Absolutely.
I was making fun of yours.
Absolutely. We are Ouija's. We have a right to slag that accent. Have you heard?
It's reprehensible behaviour, Adam. Do better.
Ooh, reprehensible. Ooh.
Reprehensible. Thankfully, that's the one thing that my left hand sits in the right position to do.
Oh, for God's sake.
This must be the 65th mention of the fact that Stevie has a condition.
Well, here's number 66. It looks like I've thrown a dart and my hands get stuck.
Nah, that wasn't as funny as you thought, mate.
Aye. I've actually turned the game off. I'm just here for the banter now. Get on.
That was a great joke, mate. Well done.
Fuck off, man. I actually, do you know that way you come to the end of the season and players feel like they need a rest? I actually need a breakfast, Stefan. I cannot wait to the close season.
You can't wait to the close season when you can text me less than 24 hours in a day.
See if I had, see if there was one more corner in the first half, I'd have been up for £180.
So I take it you're not up for £180 right now.
Oh well, if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, then we'd all have a great Christmas.
Oh my God, man!
How Tory?
The last time I heard that, I was in fuck.
Honestly, come on. Candy.
You just say candy.
Is that what you offer on the wings, Adam?
Wow, so now I get accused of being an odds. Fantastic.
Oh, I just wish it was Stefan that said that after what he said yesterday.
Mate, you weren't even on stream yesterday. What did I say?
It's a white.
No,
It's
it
a
was in the
white.
group chat.
It's a white
Oh.
shirt, a white van.
Lollipops! Get on.
Can't help but notice that the mighty Crystal Palace have taken the lead against Aston Villa.
Yeah.
What a team.
Oh, Motherwell, you had one joke.
What's their nickname? Is it? It's not the Magpies. It's
It's the Eagles.
Eagles. I knew it was a bird.
Christian Magpies.
See,
It's bloody Newcastle, you
Do you know what geese that away? Do you know what geese that away, Stefan? See the big eagle on the Crystal Palace badge, mate?
Nah, mate, because I don't watch crap football, to be honest.
But you're a Celtic fan.
Oh, that's poor, mate. Especially considering you're a Hearts fan. Come on.
Oh, you've no
Come
bit to
on.
that. Come on.
Oh,
Do you know I'm see for the stream next season between Hearts and Celtic? I'm not even coming on to comment in the game. I'm just gonna sit with my camera off and some popcorn and just listen. I swear to God, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Particularly if Hearts win, because Stefan will be absolute Ian Beale, man. Honestly, Beeling. So he will.
yeah, we got what you meant by Ian Beale. You didn't need to emphasise it by saying Beale. We actually got what you meant, but you know.
Hey, but I just had to clarify for the language barrier for people from the East, Stefan. So
Oh well,
I know you got it, mate.
fair day.
Stop
how-
calling each other, man.
How have you just turned this into some like Western link-up against the East now?
Me and Stefan are full of surprises, you know what I mean?
Western wankers, man.
You're also full of shite. That's what.
That's quality, God, mate. Well done, mate. Respect that part.
Shut up, Stefan.
There's a guy that brings it on each and every week. Mate, can you say anything different other than shut up? Oh, shut up, Stefan. Gonna do something different. Come on.
No, because I don't want to get too abusive and get Goggsy cancelled.
You're just too bland. You're boring. Come on, do better.
I'm bland and boring. What? Am I hearing you right?
Andy bites. It's just too easy. It's just too easy, mate.
Superb. I thought it might have been a pass back earlier, but to be honest, I'm past the point of caring. We're into the last minute of the football season and we're 2-1 down. I'm just not really caring at all.
Well, it's
Tell you
safe to
what,
say Kelly will beat Dundee. I will say that.
I think, Kilmarnock will definitely beat Dundee.
Great. So it's just us coming up. Fantastic.
And why did you have to come up?
How boring is that? You trying to bite? You trying to get me to bite, Stevie?
He's hurt. He's actually hurt by that boring comment. He's traumatized by it. Look at his little face.
How did I say I was traumatized by it? What? Because I think it's boring that just Hearts are coming up.
Right.
Sorry.
Well,
how dull is it then?
It's obviously stung, mate. Look at you. You're so defensive.
How unimaginative is it that Hearts are the only ones getting promoted?
Don't be so sore about it. Don't be so sore.
Mug.
Come on, don't cry. Wipe those tears away.
I'm not crying. You're the one that's crying.
Oh, you've done me there, mate. I'm you've outdone me there. Well done.
Thanks, mate. Wasn't hard.
I can see. I mean, I know you're not waving a white handkerchief, but you're certainly wearing white. So I'll take your concession and move on. All right.
One tiny Estonian says, Adam, do you say words like tickety boo? If so, that's sad.
Tickety boo.
I love how he says.
No.
I love how he says words like tickety boo and then splits tickety boo into two separate words.
It's just him, mate. It's what he does.
No, the guy in the comments.
The guy in Estonia. Is that what he does?
You see, he just assumes that I'm having a go at Adam. I was actually having a go at the guy in the comments. I mean, he says tickety boo. That's bad enough.
No, that's fine. I'll remember that.
Is that how you would describe Hearts' season? By the way, Graham Alexander's gone mental on the touchline or something.
I don't know why he's gone mental.
Tickety boo. I wouldn't describe it as tickety boo. I'd describe it as absolute shite.
Also known as Tickety Boo. No. Just let the game end. Let it be done.
Let it be done and over. What shite.
Kyle McAllister's just sent one well over the bar. That speaks volumes about the last weekend. I mean, we're looking at 3 0-0 draws out of the 6 fixtures. What an embarrassment.
I wish I'd actually put money on that being a 0-0 draw, because I said at the start, if there was a game that was going to be a 0-0 draw, that was a main candidate.
And that's why you gave it to me. Thanks, mate. I really appreciate that.
Well, you're the one that came on last.
Yeah,
Shut
exactly. You dafty.
You ain't first, you last.
So all I had to beat was Stefan, who's probably been awake since 7:30 doing his revision and recitals and got all his prep done. And lo and behold, I've come on 10 minutes to go. Not a problem. And missed
Well, you know, some of us went out on the Swally last night, mate. So, you know, what can I say? We were all prepared. You weren't.
It's
Sorry for trying to have a social life, mate. My bad.
Yeah. You're right, Stefan's been up since 7:30 doing his revision, but he forgot to check the goal differential. So he didn't revise enough.
Thank God, full time in Paisley. St Mirren 0, Dundee United 0.
Come on, Adam, tell us about the game.
What a spectacle. Let's just say that it didn't end at 11 versus 11. That's all I will say.
How do you know that?
Oh my God, this is never going to end, is it?
No, it's not.
Do you mean the game or the Patter battle between Stefan and Adam?
Well, it's obviously the Patter battle because the game.
Fuck off!
As he just said.
No,
You
but
clown.
Listen, I'm not. I was talking about the game that Goggs is watching, the one that I'm watching, the Motherwell game, because it's just.
So you were.
Fucking try to put words in my mouth, man. I've just bought again. I'm going to bed.
So full time, Motherwell 1, Ross County 2. It'll be Ross County who are the 10th team that will be in Scottish Premiership season. We'll find out whether it's Kilmarnock or Dundee that will be joining us in the top flight, along with Adam's Hearts. Can't help but feel a bit deflated about that. But oh well, shit happens.
Well, I mean, for what? A couple extra grand in prize money. It's not the end of the world, is it?
It's the difference between us signing a potential championship player or a League One player.
Can I give my closing statement for the season?
Go on, Stevie.
As I said at the start, season of 2 halves. Graham Alexander, thank you very much for coming to Motherwell in the first place. He saved a club that were doomed for the drop because, let's face it, we were. And I just want to say thank you to Alan Campbell for his service at the club over 150 games. Been a terrific servant, and hopefully the next time Motherwell are playing, I won't be sitting here, Goggy, because I hope we're back in stadiums. But no, pleased that we managed to stay up and looking forward to next season.
Mm-hmm. I can get behind that. Yeah, absolutely.
Great message.
Stefan, have you got a closing statement on the season?
I mean, it's been a season of unmitigated disasters for Celtic, but one end of the sort of light at the tunnel was past the mic and coming on here. So no, I've enjoyed it, but hopefully, as Stevie said, just to reiterate, hopefully back in the stadiums next season. But I've enjoyed the ride on past the mic.
The camaraderie.
And Adam, are you looking forward to Hearts' inevitable relegation battle next season?
Oh, can't wait for it, mate. Can't wait. I'm ecstatic to be, aiming for 10th, 11th place. That's just obviously what we set out to do every campaign. Didn't achieve that in our last Premiership campaign. So no, delighted. Can't wait. Back where we belong, in a basement battle at the foot of the Scottish Premiership table. Superb.
Absolutely fantastic. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for coming along for the ride for the Scottish Premiership campaign. We've covered a match day every single week of the 38 matches in the campaign. We've also got the Scottish Cup final next Saturday, as well as the Premiership playoff between Kilmarnock and Dundee on Thursday and Monday to look forward to. And also we'll be starting to look at the Euros content for this summer, and that's what we're primarily going to be looking at. So thanks everyone for coming on, and it's been a blast. And I've been your host, Goggsysaan. A bit of a super. See you later, guys. Drive safely.
Drive safely.